In this video, let's get into a bit more detail about the differences between the DPDP Act of India and the GDPR of European Union with respect to the cross-border data transfer, that is transferring your personal data or transferring personal data collected on your behalf as a controller or a fiduciary to a country outside your own jurisdiction. DPDP Act from outside India and GDPR from outside any of the member states of the European Union. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And as I said, let's talk about the differences with cross-border data transfer. Why do we as Indians need to understand this? We get a lot of outsourced businesses, right, from all over the world. So the personal data is flowing in and out. So we need to be careful. Also that if we are sending our data outside the country, we need to be careful. Careful about what? Careful about the security of data, careful about the quality of transmission, careful about whether there are any norms, any accountability of the people where we send our data. And in that context, we are comparing DPDP and GDPR. Of course, also the fact that if as a business you are looking to expand beyond India, then you need to understand differences for sure. In short, in a single slide, the GDPR is much more stricter. Has to be because it has been implemented for a while now. DPDP Act is still Act and rules. And rules feedback will go and accordingly they'll get formulated and then get applied. So we are a bit slightly away from very strict application of laws. The GDPR mandates adequacy decision where the government confirms which countries to transfer to. DPDP Act says whenever you want to transfer, you need to get an approval from the government whether the data transfer of a particular type is allowed to be moved outside the country or not. Again, even in the legal basis, the lawful basis of the public interest of the citizens of Europe, Article 49 of GDPR mentions some of the cases where you are allowed to move the data outside the country. But the DPDP Act says that for the interest of the Indian citizens or national security, any legitimate legal thing, you need to seek government's approval for sure, right? Otherwise, you cannot transmit the data outside the country. From a contractual obligation, it's a bit more mature and laid in terms of GDPR. They have terms like standard contractual contracts clauses and binding corporate rules. Standard contractual clauses apply when you are transferring the data outside European Union as countries. Binding corporate rules when you have your office in European Union and any other country and you are trying to share the data of your European employees or any data belonging to European office but having personal information of a European citizen to any of your branches outside Europe, right? So, but these things are not very well matured within the Indian DPDP Act as of now. There's no strict data localization mandate. If you are following the SCCs and BCRs and adequacy decisions, data may reside outside. The Indian government is still very, very focused on trying to make sure that your data is localized, that is, it is stored in India. Even if you are taking a cloud SaaS-based service, then they are trying to say that you should try and use the service available from or hosted within your country so that the data of the individuals that you collect stays within the country, right? It does not move out. So these are the few differences or in the way how the European Union GDPR looks at the cross-border data transfer and how the Indian DPDP Act is looking at the cross-border data transfer. As mentioned several times, GDPR is much more mature. It has been implemented for quite some time. They have experienced problems, so they have better regulations, obviously, added up with their maturity. Indian Act has come in August 23. The rules are yet to be finalized, so we'll take some time to reach that level. But these are the current basic differences between the cross-border data transfers out of Europe versus the cross-border data transfers out of the Indian restriction or geography. So I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Share your feedback in the comment section and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done that. Thank you.